Thanksgiving at the Melvin Czarniak home has always carried a comforting sort of magic. Close friends often describe Craig and Lindsay's gatherings as the kind you walk into and immediately feel embraced. A crackling fireplace, the rich aroma of roasted herbs drifting through the kitchen, soft Motown records humming in the background. It was the kind of evening where worries seemed to melt at the door. But this Thanksgiving, that familiar warmth shattered in an instant. What began as a night of gratitude and family bonding suddenly spiraled into one of the most heartbreaking, confusing, and emotionally charged moments of their lives. Earlier in the evening, guests noticed Lindsay glowing with her usual energy, laughing easily, checking the oven every few minutes, adjusting holiday decorations with the playful precision that always made Craig smile. Their children darted between relatives, excited for dessert. Everything felt peaceful, effortless. But that peace collapsed the moment two uniformed officers appeared at the front door. Witnesses say Craig's face shifted from curiosity to disbelief as he stepped forward to greet them. Lindsay, only a few feet away, froze mid-sentence as she sensed the sudden heaviness in the room. The music seemed to quiet itself. Conversations halted. The warmth inside the home was instantly replaced by a wave of uncertainty. When the officers told Craig they needed to speak with him outside immediately, Lindsay's composure cracked just enough for her voice to tremble as she asked, "What is happening?" Her question went unanswered at first. The officers' expressions remained firm, their tone official and urgent, and that silence alone sent Lindsay's heart racing. Craig, known for his steady on-air presence and calm professionalism, looked visibly stunned. But even in shock, his first instinct wasn't to defend himself or argue, it was to try to protect Lindsay. He quietly turned to her and said, "Stay inside. I promise I'll explain everything." But that reassurance only made her more emotional. She knew Craig was trying to shield her, which meant whatever was happening was serious, far more serious than anyone could grasp in that moment. Witnesses say Lindsay was pacing, her hands shaking, as she tried calling close friends and contacts who might help clarify what was unfolding. One witness said that even while trembling, you could see Lindsay's journalist instincts firing. She asked the officers sharp, precise questions, she observed details, she fought to stay rational even as her heart broke. But the most devastating moment came when a family friend quietly guided the children into another room. Craig had signaled subtly, desperate to keep them from seeing anything frightening. Lindsay followed a few minutes later, wiping her tears quickly before kneeling down beside them. She forced a soft smile, trying to keep her voice steady. That scene, friends said, was almost unbearable. A mother protecting her children while her own world crumbled. Outside, before Craig was placed into the vehicle, he paused. He turned back toward the house with a look of heartbreak, fear, and determination so raw that several guests later said they would never forget it. It wasn't the expression of a public figure or a news anchor. It was a husband and father silently promising he would fight to return home. When the car finally pulled away, Lindsay's strength collapsed. She sank into a chair, her breath unsteady as tears streamed down uncontrollably. Even those closest to her struggled for words. All they could do was hold her hands, sit beside her, and let her feel the weight of the moment. Throughout the night, Lindsay made call after call, legal advisors, colleagues, family. Her phone never left her hand. Her voice was raw, her eyes red from hours of crying. But beneath that pain was a fierce determination. She was not going to let confusion win. She was not going to let panic define the night. She was not going to stop until she understood every detail of why her husband, the man who greeted Thanksgiving with laughter just hours earlier, had been taken away without warning. As news outlets began circling and calls from the media poured in, close friends gradually arrived at the house, forming a protective barrier around Lindsay. They dimmed the lights, closed the curtains, and shielded her from the chaos beginning outside. And through it all, one truth became undeniable. Lindsay Czarniak's emotional reaction revealed a depth of love, strength, and vulnerability that left everyone in that home in tears. Today, as the world waits for clarity on Craig Melvin's shocking Thanksgiving ordeal, those closest to the family say one thing with certainty. Lindsay will stop at nothing to protect her husband, and this family, shaken but united, will face whatever comes next.